Boom, 1 2 1 2, boom to the 2 to the 3, 4 to the 5. Big up, big up. Give thanks we're alive. What? Big up, big up. Coming up with the plan. Big up, big up. All we need to do is sit down and let it unfold with a big blam blam. That was a bit weak. All right, but it was in the flow. So we will big it up and give thanks because we know about synchronicity. Welcome, welcome. Going off on a tangent. Welcome, welcome to our Sacred Wednesday Circle. Coming to you as we navigate this incredible entry that was opened up by the portal of the summer solstice, this incredible summer. Energy is just on fire, really supporting the creative flow, right? True creativity is bringing in the new. True creativity, I heard Deepak Chopra talk about it as a true quantum event, where what didn't exist before gets created. And here we are in the midst of the most incredible, powerful unfolding of a new age. This creative energy is expressing itself according to its design, which is encouraging us to express ourselves according to our design, which means the mind and its calculations and observations of data and creating identity and meaning from that data is transforming as well. And yeah, here we are. So let's go ahead and tune in. Such a special time. Let's dive into it. And then I'll let you know how we're going to flow with our time together. Bring your palms together. Let's press them. Feeling the balance between the two energies, creating that center line of balance. Using that pressure to be aware of the balance, pressing the thumbs into the sternum, using that pressure to become aware of your bones vibrating as your voice resonates with the creative energy of creation, that language of manifestation dropped into unfoldment by the three sounds brought together as Om, that you like hug, like the you and hug, right? So if you want to deepen into the mantra of Om, if you want to deepen into it, become the instrument that articulates the vowel A, the primary creative energy, the consonant, the vowel of U, right? Which helps to bring in and enliven the activating force of the A, and which begins to distribute it through the physical realm, like the mammary glands distributes the life force into the baby's body and brings nourishment, bringing that physical energy into heaven and heaven into the physical energy. When you make that sound, go ahead, do it. Feel how it vibrates, this vibratory energy. It's like a wave, you know, the waters, those waters of energy. So to deepen into it, feel the movement of the instrument, lifting the muscles of the pelvic floor before you make the sound ah, and like ugh, like instead of ooh or you, right? Just really feel the lifting of the navel point, drawing up, ooh, ah, oh, like lifting up with the navel point, and then come to the We'll do our best to give them equal expression, but really feel the incorporation of the vibration through the movement internally in the body. These locks that you're drawing up are very, very, very powerful for opening the awareness of your superhuman capabilities, opening up the reserves of energy to be tapped into when you expand the energetic system consciously. Okay, all right, pressing the palms together, feel that pressure, using it to establish balance. So imagine this pressure in your life. Maybe feeling the pressure to change, this pressure to perform, this pressure to provide. But let's use the pressure to establish balance. Feel the palms, feel the sternum and the thumbs, and tune into the vibration of your being as you chant. Let's inhale to synchronize our breath. Exhale. And we'll inhale to begin. Lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. Oh, lifting the navel point. Inhale deeply. Hold that breath. Lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. As long as it's comfortable for you now, please respect your lower abdomen and where it is. It should feel comfortable, contained. Really begin to feel a sense of the energy awakening in your lower abdomen and in your hip, around your tailbone. Feel it awakening, beginning to awaken and rise. Exhale gently out the mouth. Release the hands. Just place them face up on your lap. And just keep the breath flowing long and deep. See if you can hear the sound current of the vowel and consonant that set creation into motion according to the timeless texts that flow from the yogic teachings about how creation started. And it's in alignment with the way the Middle Eastern mystics wrote down the teachings of how creation started, because we get a rendition of those teachings via the interpretation of the Greeks and the Romans in the scriptures that have been cataloged in the Bible. In the beginning, in 1 John, first chapter, in the beginning was the Word. So if there is any transformation needing to be engaged, any change that needs to take place in your life, as our topic today indicates, how to transform overwhelm into activating your creative power. Yeah. So it is acknowledging that, as we often talk, an embodiment of energy we are. And there is an acceptance of that. We have worked on acknowledging and beginning to exercise ways to activate that awareness in our daily moment-to-moment living. So it's more than just an affirmation or a recitation of something, generated in the past by the mystics who wrote down the essence of what life is all about. But for us, as these classes and circles and immersions are my effort to bring forth a coaching into being empowered by the timeless teachings that are there to guide us along this life and understand the ways to create a beautiful, meaningful life. And in this case, that teaching is quite universal. In the beginning was the word as vibration. As we chant Aum, as we chant that AUM, we are using the mantra because that is from the Vedic, yogic, Tibetan teachings around using the voice to vibrate the space and raise the vibration so we experience a higher quality of life because we're vibrating in a higher realm. And therefore, the experiences in that realm of higher frequency brings the higher vibrations, which can be cataloged, right, given labels as joy, peace, balance, abundance, wealth, all of those ways in which vibration can be described begins to flower into our experience. And the same way it manifests when it's of a lower vibration. So in our session today, we're really honing in on what it is to represent that vibration. And there is the overall labeling of transformation from a sense of being overwhelmed with this energy that we often talked about as the summer solstice, initiated us into a portal. The sun being higher in the sky is going to bring a high energy that allows us to consciously see. There is also a high energy when there is a sense of darkness. This vibration is still present. What we're saying is that when the sun is high in the sky, then we are given the opportunity to be more conscious of the high vibrational choices that are available to us. They're always available. So in this way, just want to bring and ring clear that because darkness exists, I'm not saying it's lesser. And because the vibration of consciousness exists because of the light of the sun, I'm not saying that's greater. We're all part of the oneness. What we are focusing in on is our ability to be in harmony with the transformation that is taking place in nature. Nature within us, nature of the seasons, for example, on Mother Earth, how Mother Earth participates in the solar system, how the solar system participates in our galaxy, how our galaxy participates in our universe, how our universe participates in the megaverse of creation. What is your way in particular to tune into that? So our practice today, we're going to lean on, particularly on purpose, I'm leaning into practices that are somewhat tied to a theme for this year. The theme of clearing our central nervous system and our energetic system. So that way we are able to come to a stillness and activate the awareness of the central intelligence of our being, the essence of our being that holds the true purpose for being in this moment. And we call that the soul, as I work with clients on their empowerment journey or their journey into the soul alchemy, or simply their journey of having an understanding of spiritual living and the benefits of that. I've come to give the mind the label, the soul, to represent our true self. And that's where, the focus is of our practice today, because how the sun is illuminating life. And at the same time, a great transformation is taking place on the level of the age that we're entering into. as well as practically how do we live through it so that we can experience the abundance of life. Because even though there are different labels of what's going on when you look at mainstream media or social media or YouTube or any other channels of information, when you're looking to understand how are you to operate, to take care of your family, to take care of your household and everything around that, to be able to have a car and have the things you need just to simply take care of your life, and then to move beyond that and then create a beautiful life. How do you navigate all of that and get information that is reliable and step into it? So we want to speak about a few ways to establish yourself so that you can be connected to the information that is there to guide you. If we do have a scripture that says everything happens for the good for those that love the Lord, not looking at landlord, this governing body, but the Lord being this energy field that we dwell in, where we experience the supreme essence, this realm where we are one with this dominion, where guidance is there, where intuition flourishes, where inspiration brings forth the way to activate our movement, our voice, our practices, our relations to each other. You know, this king's dominion, queen's dominion, this dominion, right? So not just kingdom and queendom or queendom and kingdom. It's just this essence that we're calling our soul that will guide you exactly where you need to go. You know, the inspiration will be perfectly placed because synchronicity is lining up everything for you. Why are some people suffering and other people are successful? Even within the realm where you might say there are groups of people that are in a poverty area, and you'll find some people that are growing out of that, becoming successful, transforming out of that way of living into a higher vibrational way of living. And likewise, on the other side of the scale, you can be in an affluent, sector or demographic of living on earth, and some people are suffering and other people are thriving and circulating their wealth and creating nonprofits or whatever it is that they do that allows them to be successful, but they feel at peace inside. There's joy in their family. Hey, what is it? And here's where we come to that mindset of internally being still with the mind and being one with your soul, as if there's a merger of the identifying making machine, the mind, and the soul that has all the information about your true self. And there's a perfect union. So let's drop into a little prana snack, the elements of which we will expand upon for our immersion this Sunday, which is going to be really powerful. And I'm going to be announcing an incredible challenge that will allow us to deepen into these practices consistently so we can be together as one body and go through it together and really emerge on the other side, creating patterns that helps us to establish successful habits and behavior patterns, allowing us to navigate these times, in a peaceful, abundant, and guided way. All right. Come with your hands on your knees. If you're sitting in easy pose on your yoga mat, draw your hands down to the shins, okay? And just begin gentle spinal flexes, really flexing the hips, letting the breath drop into the hips, moving the crest of the pelvis forward and back. So you come back on that tailbone, massaging it, right? Really want to activate and open up the muscles, tendons, and ligaments associated with the pelvic girdle. and the spine. Yep. So we're going to flow through various aspects of opening up our central channel. This is what the spinal flexors are going to do. And today we're going to stick with that spinal flex and just increase the rate as we warm up, and really open ourselves with the spinal flex. And we're going to go to an invigorating breath after we clear the channel with the spinal flex. Right? A very invigorating breath. And then we're going to go to a regulating practice to bring balance to the mind, body, and spirit, all to establish at the end a sense of stillness and an ability to really hear the voice of your soul. Okay, so really deepen into the breath now. You should start to feel a warming. Really allow the breath. Key here with the breath is balance between the inhale and exhale. Allow it to be more dynamic, more invigorated. Speed is not necessarily as important as sensing a balance of the breath, hearing the sound of the breath, and moving with intention, feeling a clearing of this central nerve channel, Shushmana or Shushumna, however way you like to say it, and feeling these peripheral channels, yeah, the Ida and Pingala. Left channel Ida, right channel Pingala. And if you know the symbol of the medical establishment, those two snakes flowing up the cane, or whatever that wood staff would be called, represent the Ida and Pingala. Ida is the moon channel, and bring in that integration, that peace, right? And the sun channel, the Pingala, invigorating, bring a sense of focus on prioritize actions, right? Because that solar energy helps us to prioritize the activities because we're so aware of what's going on. And that's what the purpose is, to activate a sense of priority when the mind can be overwhelmed by so many things to take care of. And there's always a sense of one step at a time and the priority of those steps. For example, we're focused on the breath, bringing energy to the movement, and the movement of the pelvis bringing energy to the movement of the spine. Layers of priority. Okay, say about one more minute and let's get into it. If it's available to you, honor your body, listen to the way it moves. You should feel invigorating, opening, expanding, moving beyond your tightness, which is an indication of mental limitations, as well as a body that is regenerating and healing if you've been exercising. So we want to invigorate and increase blood flow, lymphatic flow, and nerve light energy flow in those nerves, right? So the nerve flow and then the light energy flow, that prana flow. 15 seconds, so deepen into it. Inhale. Long and deep, lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. Navel point draws up and in. Eyes draw up and in. Tuck in the chin slightly. Sip some air. Let this energy flow through every cell. Cannon breath out the mouth. Let the breath be normal while I tell you about the next movement. So we're going to continue this spinal flex. We're going to do a little opening of the heart center. And to activate a sense of opening the heart and also around the roots of the heart. So if this is the flower of the heart center, think about the roots between the shoulder blades. So as you open and squeeze the shoulder blades, there's a sense of invigorating, right? So that as you come forward and stretch across the shoulder blades, there's this releasing and clearing, right? So there's a kind of a balance here of invigorating and releasing. We're invigorating with the movement, all right? So we're going to get into a pattern with the breath, so that way we move the way of thinking out of old patterns that we need to transform and into patterns that are synchronized with the flow of the universe. In this case, we're going to do a pattern of 3, connecting to knowing your angle, all right? This energy of 3, like the Holy Trinity, this fullness of knowing what you're connected to and what you're here for. You have this pattern of 3, knowing your angle, rising up on an angle, not just existing in a 2-dimensional plane, but rising into your true self. Okay, I'm going to hold the energy by the heart. Feel this energy ball begin to develop as we inhale. I will demonstrate one time. Inhaling through the nose, and follow my guidance with the pathway we will use between the nose and the mouth. So in this case, we will inhale first through the nose and exhale out the mouth, like so. So feel the stretch, feel the movement of the spine. All right, join me. Feel the flex. Mouth, nose, mouth, nose, mouth. Find your pace. Nose, mouth, nose, mouth. Last cycle. Nose, hold, mouth, hold. Long and deep. Inhale, open up through the nose. Hold. Feel the squeezing across the shoulder blades, stretch across the sternum. Out the mouth. Long and deep. Hold, stretch across the shoulder blades. Now, inhale 3 segments through the mouth. Nose. Mouth. Nose. Mouth. Nose. Mouth. Nose. Last cycle. Hold. Feel the squeeze across the shoulder blades, opening of the sternum. Out the mouth, 3 segments. Hold. Long and deep in the nose. Open and reach up. Strong arms, strong body, strong legs. Everything powerful and strong. Sip some air. Hold a moment. Feel the radiance of the sun in every cell of your body. Start to feel like the sun flowing through the universe. Exhale. Shake your hands out. Mm, beautiful, so sweet. Sit still a moment and just feel the effect of consciously breathing. Long, deep breath. Feeling the vibration of consciously breathing. Remembering that as we do, when we're talking about how to transform overwhelm, you first move out of survival. Circumstances may be the same. We're letting go and dropping into the ability to feed our soul, care for ourselves at the very foundation of our being, prioritize our way of being in the moment. And begin to hear this conversation that you can have in this stillness. How can I use the energy I'm experiencing to serve us? Let's have a language where we incorporate ourselves with the soul. It's not just some entity that's separate from us, but we are one with it. How can I use this energy I'm experiencing to serve us? Let's just call it energy because we're energy beings. How do I use it to serve us? Yeah. Let's get this timer up here. All right, so our last meditative movement to balance our mind, body, and spirit. Balance right and left hemispheres of the brain. Balance with being physical and being energy. Okay. All right. So bringing the fingertips together. Thumb points to the heart center without touching. And you really want to bring some pressure to those fingertips. Again, here we're using pressure. So if you're feeling any pressure in your life, let's start now using the pressure. So when you feel the pressure, maybe it's phone calls to make, maybe it's stepping into new activities that will jumpstart your business, new activities that will shift your mindset into one of a successful being, even though there are bills to be paid and such and such and such, right? There's scenarios out there, but you're at the core and you have the ability to transform into providing whatever is needed to come through you. So we're clearing ourselves as this vessel. So when you feel that pressure, have a sense that you are establishing balance within your own structure and design. So you tap into the way you've been formulated to create. Yeah, you've been given that ability. So let's jump into it. The eyes will be closed. If you want, you can open them 1/10 and look through the tip of the nose, past the tip of the nose at the fingers. If you would like to do that. The breath is going to be one long inhale through the nose and 8 segments out the mouth. I will demonstrate. Really feel that breath go into the abdomen. If it's comfortable for you, opening the ribs, raising the shoulders just a bit, but we don't want to hold tension in the shoulders. We want all the energy and tension to create the pressure between the fingertips without collapsing the fingers. We want it all in the fingertips. Yeah, like so. belly button slowly with each segment creeps towards the spine. Yeah, so there's no real in breath. You're all exhale, but just 8 segments. Close your eyes. Let's inhale together to begin. Full breath. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, nose. Long, deep inhale. The pressure on the fingertips, relaxing the shoulders. One more minute. Last cycle. wherever you are, deep inhale. Pressing the fingers together, lift the muscles of the pelvic floor, draw the navel point in and up. Feel your radiance, feel your auric field, feel the vibration of every cell begin to glow and illuminate with this energy of the sun. Feel the energy between your palms. Feel the pressure between your fingers. Feel the harmony that unfolds this infinite power to radiate from your being. The sun at the center of your brain, the sun at the center of your heart, the sun at the center of your abdomen. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale, reach up. Spread the fingers strong. Let the fingers represent radiance flowing out from the sun that is your hands. Strong arms, strong abdomen, strong body, strong shoulders, strong legs. Feel the power of your being. Every cell glowing. Sip a little air. Let this prana flow into every cell, activating every mitochondria. And exhale out the mouth. Shaking, shaky, shaky, shaky. Shake your shoulders a bit. Place your palms face up, but let them be suspended in the air as you make a right angle with your elbow. And just feel the radiance of your being. Feel your vibrational self. So hold that posture while I do a little recap of how we traveled consciously through our time together in our Wednesday circle. Here we say we gather around that fire of love, and that fire of love is our representation of the timeless teachings that may have been written down in the scrolls and tablets and books over the years, but we also recognize that it is written inside of us. And this is the reason for engaging in the life force energy, because it is programmed with an intelligence that goes beyond our mind. Our mind doesn't know how to control the heart, so it pumps at just the right rate, just the right pressure to allow blood to circulate to trillions of cells. So we're tapping into that. It's an unspoken, but it can reveal what is inside of each of one of them. The mouth is still coming online, but it can enliven each and every one of us to discover our path and our connection to this life force, because we each have it. And that is the essence of my coaching and mentorship, is to come into an awareness of being this energy and how to embody the awareness of it so you activate your infinite creative power and design solutions and answers to the challenges and problems you face, and therefore experiencing a fulfilled life here on earth. That gives you the opportunity to have your body in such integrity that you're not forced to leave it, I believe. That you can make a choice when it's time to leave. Yeah. So today our topic, how to transform overwhelm into activating your creative power. So first, with the practice of clearing the energy system, clearing the nervous system, clearing the body and its physical systems by feeding the body life force and consciousness, feeding it prana and consciousness, moving it with a conscious breath, moving the body consciously. This promotes a sense of stillness, being able to center yourself When there's so much energy and we feel overwhelmed, it's because we're being stimulated and the nervous system is reaching its capacity. So we need to clear out those energies so we no longer are in that place of overload, right? The energy is allowed to flow. Once the energy is allowed to flow and we're clear, then we can get still and listen. And we can ask, for example, that question, which can prime the brain. What am I to do with this energy I'm experiencing? It may have a name, and if it feels like you want to give it that name, what am I to do with this need to, wherever it is, whatever it's all about, whatever you know you need to change. You know, if it's a sense of lack in one area and you need to fortify that so you can take care of another area, whatever the situation, you could give it a name. My suggestion in the beginning, that is just look at the overall energy of your life. If we consider the problems you face have answers, but if we just relax it, because the key to this is just to relax the nervous system. So you relax the vagus nerve. So that's the idea of talking about energy. How can I use this energy to serve my soul? Get into the primary reason for being here. According to the way we play in spiritual empowerment coaching and energy mentoring, energy living mentoring, how we get into it, we use that language, right? How can I use this life to serve our soul? How can we use this energy to serve us, right? Moving into a oneness. So that's in the realm of being able to listen and catch the vision, right? And there's other ways of deepening into that, and that's what we're going to get into during our immersion just a bit as we connect it to what's happening around us. What's going on beyond the way the mind of mass consciousness is interpreting it through, the financial aspect of our global lives and the political aspect of our global lives, the health administration of our global lives. Beyond that, is there a place for us to create? And in our spiritual empowerment and energy living mentoring, and then moving into alchemy, we say, yes, there is a creative presence that we are here to represent, and we've been given a creative ability, right? So how can we use it? So in our immersion, we're going to deepen into that with the numbers that are happening in this time based on the day and the year, just to get a sense that we're not just being bombarded on purpose, that there is a superhuman being there and is being awakened. You're moving from being coal, and that is coal like in the earth, it could be a little more fragile, into a diamond, and clear about who you are. And then, so come to this session because we'll be talking about a challenge that's coming up, that we can all come together in a group mentoring process and take so many days and really, really sink into what we've been doing in our Wednesday circles and now in our solar immersion, our solar breath immersion, so that there's a sense of rhythm and really establishing it in our life, and be connected to a process with a comrade that is also, on that journey to awaken as an energy being with infinite creative ability, right? So it's a beautiful time, powerful time. I know you may be challenged, and I know you're discovering the miracles of being alive right now, right? So let's synchronize ourselves with the harmony that is unfolding in creation and bring it to Mother Earth, support her, our abilities, and really experience the ability to create a beautiful life, huh? How about that? All right, family. So I will see you this Sunday, Creator willing. Stay with that long, deep breath, focus on it. Contemplate that question when you come to the end of your practice. How can I use this energy to serve our mission here on earth? Feel that sense you're talking to your soul. You're one with this essence that is one with the source of creation, right? Ek Onkar, the creator and his creation are one. Abun de Bweshmaya. Creator dwells within its creation. All right? Okay, family. Beautiful being here with you. Carry this into your day. Play this over again, night and day. Just really sink into the transformation of your nervous system and your mind to acknowledge that infinite creative potential that is you to generate a beautiful experience of life. And imagine what happens when we do that together. We're like that forest with all of the living beings within it, you know. We're like that ocean with all of the living beings within it that help it to maintain balance, you know, and how all of it on Mother Earth is there to maintain balance. So let's go ahead and pray out, palms together. Thank you, Creator, for gathering us. Thank you for those crystal clean waters that bubble up from the dry springs, bringing forth the nourishing waters of life. Thank you for the way they nourish the children as we hear them playing in it, allowing them to be bathed by loving hands, hands that grew food that is nutritious for the family. Thank you for the provisions for each and every family on this planet, where they can grow strong and have the sanctuary they need to protect themselves and give them a container of love that allows them to become aware of their creative ability and establish solutions and answers for the problems they face. Thank you for this unfolding, the priority to create beauty and let go of the need to control another with violence, take away rights, or anything that disturbs balance on this planet. Thank you so much for the awakening of this awareness of love and peace to guide us all. We ask this for all our family and all our relations. Ashe, 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 and so it is. Ankh Ujad Seneb, life, strength, and health. Hallelujah. Celebrate life. Look forward to seeing you this Sunday. All right. One love, family. One love.